All righty. I have no idea where Danny is. Zero clue. This is how we're going to start things off. I have absolutely no clue where Danny is at this moment in time. So, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to have a grand old time solo here. And I'll probably have a holly jolly Christmas giving away team reviews. So I have something to talk about, or, at least trade questions and start sits. So if you guys want to start sit or a trade, no like requirement required this week. Just fire it in the chat, and we'll fire out some start, sit, and trade questions. Username, which one you want, and we shall get those to you. I have absolutely no idea. No idea. I texted him at 6:30 and said 7 o'clock, and he goes KK, and hasn't responded since. So I have no idea where this guy is. He's probably gonna, let's have a wager. You guys want to have a wager? He's gonna get in here at 7:13, and he's gonna go, bro, my bad. Like, I'm sorry. I thought you said 7:30, so I didn't know that you said 7, even though I texted him 7. That's just my bet. He's either gonna say that, or he's gonna be like, I passed the fuck out, or something like that. So this is classic. Anyways, Beef Red has a question here. Lamar Jackson for Dak Prescott. I feel like this was supposed to be inflammatory for me and Danny to have an argument, and I respect the hustle, Beef Red. But I'm the only one here, so I can say comfortably that I would take Lamar Jackson, even though Lamar has not been great, and I can recognize and understand that I had to move him down my rankings. Like, I had him as like a top 25, 30 player, and there was a big wide gap between these two guys. It's closer now, for sure. Definitely closer. But yeah, I'll fire out some trade questions and whatnot for people so that we can have a grand old time. And Nickel Pickle, I shall be sending you a trade question voucher. Again, if you are not a code FSE user, as in you have not ever spent any money on the site, I believe if you are not a code FSE user, but you've purchased a trade question or a start sit or something from us before, I should be able to see you on the back end. But otherwise, I will not be able to see you here. Yeah, I'm feeling generous today, Dylan. I'll send you a team review. I can't promise you that I'm going to give you the same type of look over your team the way that we would for an actual paid for team review, but I'll give you a quick look over your team if that would make you feel good. Because you said you have your deadlines going on as well. Okay. I've spent a couple bucks, AJ. Yes, you have. So I shall give you a team review as well. Anybody got any predictions for this game tonight? You think we see the Bryce Young masterclass? Do we see the 49ers defense fry? If anybody is curious, I am playing Danny in the Flock League, and I have not won the matchup yet. I need 3 points from the 49ers defense. Now, you might be like, oh, that's easy. They're going to get 3 points, no problem. Well, in half their games this season, they've gotten 2 or less points. So it's not a guarantee, but it is a home game for them, and they're playing the Carolina Panthers. And we all know that Bryce Young is due for a government-mandated turnover and 3 negative sacks per game. So hopefully we get a decent setup here. And I have to zoom out on AJ's page because he actually has purchased so many things. So we appreciate the support, AJ. I cannot give out that many reviews because it'll take me too long to do that many, but I'll give out like 2 more reviews. Make your case in the chat below why you deserve said review. Edgar here, don't see your username, boss man. Edgar, yeah, I don't see your username. If you have never gotten a trade question or start set question from us and you use somebody else's code, I'm actually unfortunately not able to send you anything. Yeah, Nick, if you want a team review, give some rationale in the chat here. Same goes for you, Arthur. I know you give up you fire a lot of bucks to the site, so I'm cool sending you one with no questions asked here. Just it's funny because I'm looking at Arthur's amount spent and AJ's, and AJ is currently in the lead by a little bit there. But you guys, I would have to venture a guess, are number 1 and number 2 in the history of the site here. Cody, what kind of question do you want, boss man? I'll send you, Mr. 24. I'll send you a trade question because I can't imagine you have a start sit going into Monday Night Football. Any chance that Bryce Young gets less than 9 points? I need that to win. I mean, Bryce Young is always capable of not having a good game. That is definitely something that he could very, very easily do. So I think you could be there. Enchanted said, I'm 9-2, moving to 9-3, needed a team review heading into the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, that seems like a good reason. Send your username in the chat here. Your boys in every live stream have spent some, but not nearly what the others have. Okay, Nick, what's your username, boss? Throw it in the chat. Who does he have or nobody? Yeah, Danny has nobody left. I would be easily winning this matchup if Bijan could do his job, if Lamar Jackson could do his job, if Emeka Egbuka could do his job, if Alvin Kamara didn't get injured during the game. Not a great situation for you, boy, but the point is all I need is 3 points or more from the 49ers defense, and we shall be back up. And unfortunately for me, I was scoreboard watching around the Flock League and seeing like who won and who lost and whatnot. Looks like AJ's got his team review in here. And it appears that I kind of ran cold on that because everybody I needed to lose ended up losing. Or sorry, everybody I needed to lose ended up winning. So that's not ideal for me because if I don't win today, I will be in really, really rough shape. I will need definitely some help for sure to be able to make the playoffs in the Flock League. But if I get it done, then I control my own destiny still. All I got to do is win my games, take care of business. My user is Lose. Okay, I'll see if I can find you, boss. I don't see your username. Lose, Enchanted Fungi in the chat. If you have not gotten a start sit or a trade question with us and maybe use like Domains code or Mason's code or something, I can't see you as a Flock user under our code. The minimum you'd have to do to be able to show up as a Flock user under our code, if I'm not mistaken, is purchase a start sit question or a trade question. Then I'm able to gift you a review. Unfortunately, I cannot see your username. Love the channel, and I feel like I've been considering an OG here since what, 1K, 2K subs? Yeah, AJ, you've been around for time, my man. Panthers for a win. I don't mind that call. I mean, I definitely do mind that call in relation to the 49ers defense, but I will take the Panthers winning a 13-10 game if it makes you happy there, Caleb. And I just need Bryce Young intercept. Well, how about we just get the sweat out of the way for me right off the top? I don't think it's physically possible for the 49ers defense to score less than 2 fantasy points if they score a defensive touchdown. So how about we get it right off the top? Opening kickoff to Carolina, defense, special teams of the 49ers returns it to the house. And then I have no sweat for the rest of the game. And then everybody else's Monday night sweats can come true. And I don't care what happens for the rest of the game. Because I think even if the Panthers hung 40, I would still be fine. I used Mason's code. No worries, boss. You think it's going to be a shootout? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle in this one. Bush, I play you next week in the Listener League heavyweight battle. Yeah, I believe I'm moving to 10-2. I think my record is after this week. Like, I'm just double check quick times. Yeah, I'm moving to 10-2. And Brock is, what is Brock's record? He's 6-4 right now, 6-5 right now, 7-5 after this week. And it looks like he's going to jump. He's not going to jump Danny in the standings, I don't think. Yeah, but still very good looking squad. And we should be yeah, my team is really good, but honestly, like, I'm actually, like, as crazy as it sounds, my hammers aren't really that scary. Like Genty, Kyron, St. Brown is a hammer, I guess. Jefferson, Egbuka. Like, those are all great players. Devontae Smith, been playing Michael Wilson the last 2 games. But, like, I don't have, Jonathan Taylor or something. Like, I have, like, really, like, I have pretty much really great options in every part of my starting lineup and no, like, absolute monster dominant hammers anyways. And this is a fact, AJ. He is pretty much ass unless he's playing them. Okay, so AJ's got a review here. Pirates of the Caribbean, shout out. AJ must be down bad as a Michael Penix enjoyer. So humor you. Dynasty 2 quarterback, 10 teams start, 9 PPR half tight end premium. Looking at this squad, I mean, you have I feel like we've reviewed this team before because I remember this 4 stack of running backs. There's nothing you can even do to improve upon these guys. Like, you have some of the best running backs in Dynasty, all under the age of 24 years old or 24 or under. Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence, Michael Penix doesn't really fit your team build at the moment, especially considering your record is 5-6. I'll make a video next year to be in the flock league. Yeah, we'd love to have you. But yeah, Prescott, Trevor Lawrence, and Penix, I would probably try and make a conscious effort to move off of one of those quarterbacks. Potentially, Penix is going to be difficult now that he's, hurt. And I mean, you're a Falcons fan, so you're probably going to have to just ride it out through the storm there. I mean, you got some nice depth with Milroe and Sanders and Cousins and Milton and stuff. Those are not bad options. Prescott doesn't really fit your build. So if you could sell his production right now, because he's producing like a top 6 quarterback, he's 31 years old. I can't imagine you're going to get a better selling window on Dak Prescott. And you said, trust, I've been trying. Okay. I mean, if somebody's a competitive team that has like a bad quarterback core, like this guy, for example, 7-4, I probably would have tried to sell him Dak when Purdy was injured, but like that kind of thing. I mean, his name has Brock in it, so it's possible he's like a 49ers fan. Moving off of a quarterback would make some sense. Travis Hunter, T. Higgins, Devontae Smith, Burden, Downs, etc. None of those guys really stick out to me as like guys I would want to sell, because I think T. Higgins will be better going forward with Burrow. Devontae Smith hopefully will have better days. Hunter's injured. Burden's a young player who would probably be better in year 2. Mike Evans, once he's back, would be a good sell, but I'm not convinced for sure that will be this year. It's possible he comes back week 15, 16, 17 area, but I can't imagine somebody paying big bucks for him, so you might just be stuck with him. Fannin and Kraft, you're kind of stuck with young tight end and injured tight end. David Njoku is not producing. Can't really sell him. Unfortunately, you're kind of just in a position where you might just have to hold most of the players that you have and just kind of ride it off into the off season. Like the only thing that I could think, considering your situation, is if you were willing to take a risk on a young quarterback, you could. Like, for example, if somebody offered you name any young quarterback and a first-round draft pick for Dak Prescott, like, for example, my choice there would probably be Bryce Young, because of all the like young, not very valuable quarterbacks, he's my favorite to go after. But you could also go after Cam Ward. You could, I can't imagine anybody wants to go after JJ McCarthy right now, but if you have any hope in your body for him, you could go after him. Penix is obviously already on your roster, but I'm kind of just spitballing here. There's not a whole lot of moves that stick out to me. Your running back core is just an absolute animal show. You could sell one of these running backs if you really, really wanted to. Like, I know you're a Falcons fan, so you probably don't want to sell Bijan, but coming off of the 60-point burger or whatever, if you wanted to like get a Godfather offer involving Gibbs plus Prescott sent to a contender for like Drake May and a piece or something like that. Like if you wanted to really upgrade the quarterback position using Jahmyr Gibbs, you could. It's just that I don't really want to get rid of that hammer running back producer, because I mean, your points by the looks of it are in decent shape. It looks like you're like 4th in points for, so you could still make the playoffs in this league. It's just that you're kind of hamstrung a little bit. Yeah, you said you'll make the playoffs. You're just kind of hamstrung just a little bit by some of the injuries that you've had. Because you could make the playoffs, if you really wanted to shop Travis Hunter, you could. I just don't really want to get rid of him, knowing that his value is at like kind of a basement price tag right now. But generally speaking, I think you're kind of stuck, because you also don't have your own picks in 2026. It's not like you could be like, oh, hey, I'm going to pay up a little bit of a premium. I'm going to give somebody Travis Hunter and a first-round pick for Nico Collins and another receiver that they have on their roster. You can't even really do that because you don't have your own first. Someone offered BTJ and Adams for Fannin and Judy. And Judkins, sorry. Fannin and Judkins for BTJ and Adams. Well, I think at face value, Judkins is probably worth about a mid-1 at this point in time, which I think is about the same as BTJ. So you're probably a wash there. Adams versus Fannin, given your team situation, I would say that you probably value Adams a little bit higher. But without Fannin, you're going to be starting Njoku likely and Fant and Ferguson. So you're going to be really hamstrung at the tight end position. If he was willing to throw you in a tight end producer at some point, you could. Yeah, I mean, you also have Travis Hunter as well, so you probably don't really want to do that. If he was willing to throw in like Hunter Henry just so you could get by a tight end, you could maybe consider that. I'm not like in love with that deal. I kind of like having the four horsemen of running backs that you have there, so I would probably just hold. But yeah, appreciate the review, and obviously appreciate the support that you show us over on the site. AJ Dylan in the chat here. Thanksgiving break is lit. Yeah. So I said this on earlier today's video, but just so you guys know, the programming schedule this week, we're going to obviously have waivers tomorrow, as we usually do. And then on Wednesday, instead of doing trade targets, because a lot of people have probably already had their trade deadlines to begin with. And if you haven't, you can go back to last week's trade targets and the week before's trade targets. I also posted a couple on the TikTok/Instagram. Make sure you guys are following the new TikTok. TikTok decided that I'm not allowed to share underdog picks without any warning whatsoever, and suspended my 55,000 follower TikTok. So I made a new one for the time being, and we're kind of working with it. But we will have a matchups that matter pseudo video on Wednesday for just the Thanksgiving slate, the 3 games on Thursday, and the Black Friday game between the Bears and I can't remember who they're playing. There will be like a 4-stack matchups that matter, probably only like a 10, 12-minute video for Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we'll be live before the first Thanksgiving game. And obviously, you guys are all going to enjoy it. It's not Thanksgiving in Canada, so, we just get extra football. And then on Friday, I'll have the rest of the matchups that matter videos, just as we normally do for the rest of the week. So that'll be a little bit condensed, obviously. All right, so what could I do to upgrade my team? Better flex, better RB2, going to 7-5. Some teams losing as well, so I'll likely be the top 4 since I'm top 2 in points for. Y'all need to come to Cali for the World Cup. I mean, Dylan, I can't lie to you. You are a minor, so I will not be trying to meet up with you. Also, I don't really like soccer, so I can't say that I'm too interested in coming to California for the World Cup. But anyways, Patrick Mahomes, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amari Hampton, RJ Harvey, etc., Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice. I mean, your team's like really, really strong, dude. Like Amari Hampton and RJ Harvey being your weak point is kind of unfortunate because, but Hampton's coming back this week. So like, if you made an upgrade, I would like the clear standout upgrade that sticks out like a sore thumb to me is tight end, because you have Dallas Goedert and Colston Loveland who are fine, but not excellent. Quentin Johnston is on waivers, first of all, who you should be going to pick up. You can drop Christian Watson for Quentin Johnston right now. He is definitely a better option. For some reason, Christian Watson showing up at 258 in my rankings. I don't know why that would be the case, because he should be in my overalls, but Quentin Johnston needs to be rostered. I would be willing to sell Odunze. The problem is that he hasn't been producing at this point in time. I mean, Cortland Sutton as well. Like those guys aren't producing. So if you could sell hypothetically Rome Odunze plus RJ Harvey and go get yourself a running back upgrade, like looking at some of the shittier teams in your league, like if you could go get James Cook or Derrick Henry or somebody like that using RJ Harvey plus Rome Odunze from this guy, you could definitely go do that. If you could go get Saquon Barkley on the low right now for RJ Harvey plus Rome Odunze, I would absolutely be willing to do that. But that's really the only move that sticks out to me at running back. At tight end would be the more likely of the situations that I would go after. Like this guy's got the number 1 tight end core in the league. He has McBride and Gadsden. You could get real gutty and go after McBride knowing that he has Gadsden coming off of a bye. He might be more interested in selling McBride high, but you sold Barkley a few weeks ago. Okay. This guy has Kelsey and Jake Ferguson. I would be interested in going after either of those 2 guys if they're available in your league. But like your team is in great shape. Like I'm kind of grasping at straws for what you could do, because you have a 3-stack of scary wide receivers. Jahmyr Gibbs is an absolute monster. Patrick Mahomes an advantage at quarterback. Now that Amari Hampton's back, hopefully he will be back to his old shit as well. And then RJ Harvey is going to be a good depth running back for you, and Odunze and Sutton are just depth wide receivers. But don't be afraid to just totally sacrifice all your depth. Like if somebody's like, oh my God, he's offering me RJ Harvey, Cortland Sutton, and Xavier Worthy for my 1 running back. Like who cares? Like you have Quentin Johnston on the waiver wire right now. So I would be totally willing to do that. Everyone's laughing in here. You are a godsend going to the casino to bet on Thanksgiving games. Shout out. Yeah, I will. I figured a lot of people would want to know the setup for Thanksgiving. Jack says, "Are you going to win 100K in best ball this year like Mason?" Okay, so no, probably not. The odds are very against me. However, I have some really, really, really good advance rate type of numbers right now. So I would say so far, the way it's currently stacking up, this has been my best year of best ball in terms of how my best ball teams look. I can show you guys after we get through some of these reviews. Like I'll go through my portfolio quick, but yeah, I mean, I've had a couple of good hits. Like in the first round, for example, just a couple decisions have really skewed my portfolio one way or another. Like I was drafting hella Bijan and Gibbs, and I wasn't drafting a lot of CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson, which has worked really well for my portfolio. I was drafting a lot of Indianapolis Colts, which has worked very well for my portfolio. At the end of the first round, I was almost always taking Puka Nacua, which has worked really well for my portfolio. And I was almost always pairing him with Devon Achane, who's my highest drafted early round guy in all of best ball right now, who's been an absolute stud, who I had ranked as like a top 10 player in redraft the entire offseason. So, yeah, a couple of things have gone well. It's best ball. Like you could get into pods with 45 advanced teams or 40 advanced teams, I think I have right now, and just get screwed and completely rug pulled because all of your teams get mapped in the first week of advancing out of Best Ball Mania 6. But my Great Danes, I'm interested, and I'll show you guys what those look like. Okay, so yeah, Dylan, anything else? I feel free to reach out with more questions, but I think you're just in pretty good shape, and honestly, you're okay there. How big is fantasy football in Canada? Is your audience basically only American? I can tell you the exact percentage in which our audience is American here. If I go audience, our audience is, where's country? Am I blind? Oh, 87.8% United States. So Canada is only 5.9%. And then a couple of European countries, Mexico, about 1% each. But yeah, pretty much all American for the most part. It's getting bigger in Canada for sure. Like some of my buddies I went to high school with, like just randomly start reaching out to me now. Like, hey, I play fantasy. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, sweet. I'm Canadian. I met Danny at a poker night. Yes, I do remember that being the conversation. Also, I'm totally wrong on my my bet here. I thought Danny was going to stroll in here at like 7:13, being like, "Oh fuck, my bad, dude. I just woke up." Maybe he'll do it at some point. Arthur here, first year out of the startup, drafted mostly rookies and flipped Caleb Johnson for Devontae. Oh God, that is a fleece. And bought Pickens with Golden, double fleece. Holy shit. Yeah, Arthur, this is a brag team, like you said. Two absolutely spectacular moves. Like, I think at the time, even, like, why was anybody giving you Devontae Smith for Caleb Johnson? Like, you guys know me and Devontae Smith. Like, he's basically my firstborn son at this point. He's my, like, as you'll see when I go to my portfolio, he's literally my highest drafted wide receiver in fantasy and highest drafted player overall in fantasy in best ball leagues this year. And I also have him in like 6 dynasty leagues. So Devontae Smith was just absolutely criminally underpriced this year. He's had a spike weeks. He's been up and down, but that's just the Devontae Smith experience. We're going to look up and he's going to be a top 20 receiver by the end of the year. And he was being drafted at like wide receiver 30. Yeah, Pickens for Golden, also a smash move here. My only mistake was buying JJ. Yeah, JJ McCarthy's kind of a certified bum, but if you're going to have him, having him on a Drake May, Jalen Hurts team is not the worst because at least you just free roll that upside a little bit. And if JJ McCarthy turns into something, you can be like, oh, okay, great. Now I'm in, decent shape, and JJ McCarthy's a usable quarterback, but very likely I would be trying to move off of JJ if I were in your position here. Yeah, McBride's a stud, Igbuka, Nakua, like Gibbs, Genty. Like, there's nothing I can really even comment on, Arthur. You're 9-2. You said you went all in. It looks like you're first in points for by like, okay, this guy's got a lot of points for as well. But other than him and that one other guy at 1859, you are second in points for and in pretty good shape as a clear top 3 team here in this league. So yeah, I mean, this is a brag team. I don't really know what else to give you advice wise. There's nothing that sticks out to me. You have a bunch of great guys in their prime. Just go win this league if you can. Pretty sure hockey's popular in Canada. Yeah, Nemesis, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not, but yes, indeed, hockey is popular here. Your weekly matchup videos are probably my favorite part of the week right now. Keep up the good work. Yeah, appreciate you guys. I've gotten a lot more love on those videos this year, even though I've been doing them virtually similarly for 3 years now. I just think the graphics and the way that they're organized, a lot of tension in the comments with how I color code things in the graphics. I hope you guys know the reason I color code them green, yellow, and red is how good of a team they're going up against that specific position. But some people seem to find it confusing. I've noticed when I have like start Matthew Stafford and it's in red, but my point is like start Matthew Stafford, but it's a tough matchup. The way that like you go to your sleeper app and it shows you like who they're playing and it's like red who they're going up against. I figured that was why I did that. So everybody would understand that just meant matchup. And the word start, flex, and sit would be what you would actually do with those players. But yeah, you should probably put a legend on one of the corners. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Do you do fantasy hockey? I haven't in a while. Like 2 years ago, I did it and I won with some of my high school buddies. I haven't done it in a couple of years. Home league draft last night. How's your record thus far? I am currently 7-5. Unfortunately, I'm going up against Lucas, who was a fan favorite. That was the short king in the video who made the Aaron Hernandez joke that everybody loved in the comment section. He made the trade of the century in my home league where he traded Jamison Williams and Jalen Waddle right after the Tyreek injury for Jackson Smith and Jigba. And now his team is frightening because he also traded Drake London a week before his PCL injury a couple of weeks ago for Justin Jefferson. So even though Jefferson's not as good as, he could be and whatnot, he now has, if you guys recall from the team that he drafted Christian McCaffrey. So he has Christian McCaffrey, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Justin Jefferson, and the Aaron Hernandez joke that he made was about Trey McBride. So his team is absolutely loaded, and he just hung 150 on me so far, 173 projected with Christian McCaffrey yet to play here. And then, other than that, though, I'm 7-5, and I will be I think I'll be in 4th place still after this week. So I'm doing okay in my home league.
My bad. I when you texted me, I was half asleep, and then I crashed out.
So hear me out.
I'm back
At 6:30, 20 minutes before you're supposed to be in the call. Dude, don't sleep.
Dude, hear me out. I was sitting on my chair, and I was half asleep, and I set a 10-minute timer, and I slept right through that thing. So that's on me.
Yeah, for sure.
I set a timer for 6:45 for what it's worth, and I just slept right through.
Good morning, sunshine.
Yeah,
so funny.
I see your text. I'm like, Jesus, like it's almost 7:30. I hop right on. So
well, anytime you can be 30 minutes late, in the middle of the
what was not intended. I
hope not. We want more Dynasty rookie content. Okay, no need to put up waiver wire stuff. I mean, unfortunately, this is actually a week where people do need waiver pickups still because there's still buys next week and whatnot. The mustache video. Do you guys want that next Monday? Maybe. Since we don't need to do a skyrocketing video or a time to panic, I can maybe do the the handcuff tier list kind of thing. I think it's good to do in the early portion of the week because then you can get them before the waiver wire runs as well. I think that's a video that I always do every year that a lot of you guys like, where I kind of tier list the handcuffs in fantasy.
We haven't talked about this trade yet. I haven't touched my Dynasty rankings, but what I will say, George Pickens looks almost assured to get a $30 million or $33 million extension this offseason. I think it's going to be a 4-year, 5-year type of deal.
I'm sorry, this is peak Danny. Wakes up late from a nap and comes in and spews Cowboys nonsense unsolicited.
It's not nonsense though. It's the question that I see on my screen right now.
I don't remember asking though.
I mean, I just see it on the screen, so I was helping answer it.
Who said it?
Travis Hunter for George Pickens is on my screen, Corey.
I see. Okay. I see what you mean.
Yes, contextual clue.
Buddy had a George Pickens dream.
No, I see on the screen Hunter for Pickens.
Yes, now I see what you're talking about here.
And I'm saying it's close because I think Travis Hunter right now is my wide receiver 11 or 12 if I check. George Pickens is probably going to be end up being around that range when I do my update, because you're talking about a 24, 25-year-old wide receiver, probably going to sign a $32, $33 million 4-year, 5-year type of deal. To me, like, he's as close as you can get to a top 12 Dynasty wide receiver. I don't know exactly where he will be, but at the same time, I mean, he's giving you high-end wide receiver 1 production. If he's back in Dallas on a long-term deal, even with CD there, he's shown that 2 players in that offense can be 18-plus point per game scorers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really take a whole lot of what you say seriously about the Cowboys, if I'm being completely honest with you, but you do make some solid points. And I think Pickens versus like Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Brian Thomas Jr., Ladd McConkey, like you could argue him over any one of those guys. Like there's an argument to be made over those guys. I don't think I would, like, gun to my head, as my classic saying is apparently here, Tedero McMillan and Emeka Egbuka and those type of guys versus George Pickens. I don't think I would pull the trigger on Pickens over those guys, but I think you could get me.
I think you can argue it.
I think I don't. I would put him a tier below just because he's 20. Well,
he's given you 95 yards per game, and he has 9 touchdowns in 11 games for a top 3 to 5
you're
offense.
Right, but this is the first year of this significant production spike for him. He is a free agent. We don't know what
the first year he's had this situation, bro, and he's going to sign the extension. Like, I don't understand the pessimism with Pickens. You're getting needle moving production. You're getting a needle moving age. He's not leaving Dallas. Like, frankly, if he keeps playing this well, he will get the money that he's looking for. And at that point, you're getting attachment to MVP level quarterback play in top 5 offensive installation. Like, I think we could be talking about George Pickens being by this time next year, once he's on that extension, if he's still giving wide receiver 1 production, probably a legitimate top 8 dynasty receiver. Like, I don't think it's outlandish to have that conversation now.
No, I have him at 12th, and I'll put him in the tier with Igbuka and London and Rice and those guys. Because I think it's pretty much inarguable at this point that you would take him over like Ladd McConkey and Marvin Harrison and Garrett Wilson and those guys. I mean, maybe you'd be like, oh, I'm in a rebuild. I kind of don't want the points. Harrison's 23 years old. Pickens is only going to be 25 next year. Maybe you could argue Harrison over Pickens, but until I see kind of like Harrison's sun run maybe at the end of the year, I probably can't get there yet. But those would be the next 2 closest guys for me is McConkey and Harrison. With Wilson's quarterback situation, I can't get there. With Odunze's lack of production lately, I can't get there. With Brian Thomas's lack of production, I can't get there. With the fact that Nico is 27 years old, I probably can't get there.
Yeah, I mean, George Pickens is 24 going on 25, and I think that's the big part of it. A lot of the highest production receivers in Dynasty are going to be 26, 27, 28 years old, like the CeeDee Lambs of the world, Justin Jeffersons of the world, Jamar Chases of the world, 2000 born. Like George Pickens, for what it's worth, is a 2001. Like, it's a small factor. But if he continues playing at a legitimate 18-plus point per game level, like, we're going to have to readjust our dynasty rankings at some point. We're going to have to bridge that gap between are these 26, 27-year-old prime assets versus the 24, 25-year-old guys that might be prime assets. Like, how are we kind of weighing that? Because you got those guys, and you got maybe a guy like Malik Neighbors, for example, who you might miss on the pup next year, but he's also the comparative youngest. Like, once we workshop these dynasty rankings, like how are we realistically weighing that? Like the in your prime win now receivers versus like the Pickens versus like the Igbuka Neighbors.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that like Neighbors to me is not in this conversation because he's only 22 years old and will be.
No, I'm just bringing up the name. I'm just bringing up the name. If you want to argue him wide receiver 4 or 5, that's fine. I'm just bringing up the name. I think it just applies to the position as a whole, though, because even at 1, 2, 3, 4, like, is Puka the one? Is JSN the one? Like, what are we feeling about Jamar Chase? Because he's going to be.
What the hell do I do with Jefferson and Lamb?
Jefferson and Lamb are 27.
What the hell do I do with them?
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, how are we balancing that right now? Like, I think it's very challenging. And I think George Pickens kind of represents the best of both worlds right now, where you're not losing production and you're also getting a couple years younger. Like you can make the case he's in that tier.
You can make the case he's in. Like, I think it would be pretty hard to not put him in that tier. I think as an asset, like if you're just purely like sending me a trade offer or whatever, I would have a hard time taking Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, or one of those guys over Malik Neighbors, just simply because of the flexibility he offers me. Yeah. Again, obviously there's a factor. There's 5 more weeks left in the season. And if you needed to win now, that would obviously factor in. But I'm saying as soon as the season is over, I'm going to have Malik Neighbors as a top 4 dynasty wide receiver because I think he's the 4th most asset value wide receiver in dynasty.
Yeah, I mean, the age matters. And on top of that, you do have a factor where we get a top 10 drafted wide receiver or two. Then at that point, you have the conversation. 21-year-old, 8th overall drafted Mekhi Lemon. Like, you could even factor him in at that point. Now, obviously, that's too early to project.
I think I would probably put this class of receivers probably more in the McConkey Harrison range.
So I don't disagree. I'm just saying, like, if they get that draft capital and they're 21-year-old assets, you can even make the case for some people. Again, I wouldn't argue them over straight up, these 26, 27-year-olds. But for certain builds, it's like, would you rather those guys plus a little bit of insulation over maybe the 19-plus point per game scores that are 26, 27? Like, that's what real conversations are going to have at this point. I don't think many wide receivers are going to be worth like 3 firsts and a second at this point because we're just seeing the position recycle so quickly.
Yeah. Like, I think it's inarguable right now that like St. Brown probably has to be ahead of Lamb and Jefferson in Dynasty just because he's actually producing.
They're the same thing. They're the same thing.
They're not, though, because he's actually producing 20 points per game right now.
Sure, but I mean, like, the separation in points per game between him and Lamb is not significant. It's like 2 points per game.
It's 5.5, actually.
He's at 22.5.
He has 19 and he has 19.9. Lamb is 14.9.
Yeah, fair enough then. 14.9, including the game he left early. It's 17.
Sure, but like there's games.
No, I mean, he's averaging more.
Brown's got to be ahead of Dynasty. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you're competing right now, I don't mind that. But yeah, I just think for the next 5 games, it's probably going to be St. Brown. But at the same time, long term, I would still prefer Lamb. So if you need the push right now as a playoff team, I don't mind that.
Yeah. The question really is like that next tier of wide receivers. I know it's like narrative-y for me to say this, and everyone's gonna fucking hate me. I just don't want to give George Pickens a huge contract, man. I just don't think the guy is going to work hard enough. Like I know
that's just such a lazy take, bro. You need to watch this guy.
Say that. He seems like the guy that you want in the contract.
It doesn't matter what he seems like, dude. He's playing like one of the literal 2 or 3 best receivers on earth right now.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence. He needs a contract right now.
Well, no shit though. He's playing like a superstar when he has a fucking good offensive situation. Whoop-de-doo. Like anybody could have told you that. He's playing better football last year. The issue is when the fucking Steelers throw 17 touchdowns in a 3-year stretch. How are you expecting this guy to really shine? Now you put him in a situation with the second leader in passing touchdowns, the second leader in passing yards, and he's finally emerging. And that's alongside a guy that we said coming into the year, oh my God, George Pickens can have a great year, but there's no way he has a better year than CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, that's proven otherwise. You're not wrong about anything that you're saying on the field. I'm just saying, like, this is still a human being, and once he gets,
it's a lazy take. I'm going to call you out for a lazy take.
I'm not saying I believe it. I'm saying it's a tiny, tiny little factor that's in the back of my mind.
But if you don't believe it, why are you peddling it to the audience? It's just a lazy take. You haven't seen
because people in the chat kind of agree with me too.
Okay, but it's just random speculation based off nothing. It's gutalytics. You're saying based off of nothing, based off of no substance, that this 24-year-old player playing the best career football that he's ever played is all of a sudden going to turn into a lemon because he got money? Like, dude, like,
no, I'm not saying he's all of a sudden going to do it. I'm saying that like he has,
like, nobody agrees with that.
I mean, Sebastian says there's still a chance of this past behavior.
It's just a ridiculous.
It's not a crazy take. Like he obviously is playing super, super well. He's playing super well. He's playing like a top 5 receiver in football right now. But like, I just want to know what he looks like next year when he has a big contract. Like, I'm just curious.
He's done all the right things. He's done all the right things.
Yeah, it's no coincidence that he has yet to be signed, though. What is he going to do? All the right things when he is signed? That's my only question. I'm not saying, like, you don't have to take it like I shot you in the head. I'm just saying
it's not about me getting shot in the head. I'm going to call you out for a stupid stance. Like, you're just speculating on something that has no substance.
It has seriously, though, dude. He has like 15 different incidents since being in the league, whether it's like unnecessary, fucking
there's a big difference. There's a big difference in team culture. When you guys signed Baker Mayfield, were you getting Carolina Baker Mayfield? Were you getting Cleveland?
Are you comparing your culture to ours?
I think our culture right now is Fix Pickens. That's outrageous. Have you seen everything that he's done so far?
Micah got himself out of your team because he hated it so much.
He got himself out, or we kicked him out because he had no fucking culture. He wasn't a team leader. In preseason games, was he not laying on team tables doing fuck all? You don't think that's a factor in all of it? Jerry Jones is watching this guy trying to get $50 million per year, laying on medical tables.
Less than a week ago, Pickens did this. Less than a week ago.
No doubt. From a team culture perspective, he has done everything the Cowboys have asked him of. It's pure speculation. Think the 24-year-old with untapped potential is finally playing up to his upside, and you're just assuming he's going to ruin it. Like, I just think that's
I'm not assuming he's going to ruin it. I'm saying there's I'll put a 20% chance that he phones it in a little bit after he gets paid. I'm not saying he's going to like Kenny Galladay.
It's just a stupid narrative. Like, I'm going to challenge it.
I'm
going to challenge a stupid narrative. Like, you're just saying, you're just saying, oh, he showed this one time, even though he's much better in Dallas, he's all of a sudden going to be worse. Like, dude, the Pittsburgh situation was a fucking mess offensively. No shit, he was fucking asking out.
I'm not saying because of the Pittsburgh situation.
He's literally around in Vegas,
was benched for a drive, dude.
So did CeeDee Lamb. Like, what's the conversation?
That's also the first instance in which CeeDee Lamb's been disciplined for anything.
For sure. Is CeeDee Lamb going to get his money revoked because of that? Is CeeDee Lamb going to stop working hard next year?
No, but I've seen 4 or 5 years of CeeDee Lamb being elite. I've only seen one George Pickens elite year.
I get that, but just assuming that he's going to become a knucklehead because he makes money, I'm going to challenge that narrative. It just has no substance.
If it happens, I'm going to say I was right.
Go ahead. It's stupid. It's stupid saying that a 24-year-old finally earning his money is just going to revert back to being a fucking knucklehead for no reason. When
he's not. I'm not saying he's going to. He's wide receiver 12 for me in Dynasty right now, in a tier with my wide receiver 8 through 12. But
that's not what I'm saying.
That's 8 and 12 is because of that. It's factoring into my rankings to that degree.
Dude, you can have him 12. I think that's fine. What I'm saying is applying a 20% factor off of a random unknown is stupid to me. And yes, clearly for Pickens, the Cowboys have had a better culture than the Steelers. Hence why he has been a better player in the team locker room. It's not a hard concept to understand. Like, what am I talking about? like seriously? This guy has shown ever since he came to Dallas, he's been a different person in the locker room. Everybody who's spoken about let me finish. Everybody on that Cowboys team has spoken highly on this guy's character, but I'm supposed to believe a narrative that he's a bad guy because of something that was said when he was a Steeler? That's fucking bullshit. I'm not going to label a guy a knucklehead because of a narrative that happened on a different fucking football team. That's all I'm saying. I don't like fucking putting a stigma on guys for no reason. It's ridiculous.
Can I ask you this? Did Pickens fall in the draft because of attitude concerns, yes or no?
And then he came to Dallas and he's been great for them. He's been a team leader.
Because of attitude concerns, yes or no? It doesn't fucking
matter what happened in college. It doesn't matter what happened in Pittsburgh. It matters that since the moment he was traded to the Cowboys, he has been one of the best teammates on that team. Every fucking Cowboy speaks highly of him, but I'm supposed to believe the media that he's a fucking knucklehead when he's been anything but since he got here? Like, dude, what are we talking about? He's done everything right from that team perspective. Like, we're just building a narrative that he's a bad guy. Like, I don't like that.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, just so you know, if he is, let's say he's transformed, he's a new man, he was a young kid, he's matured, all this kind of stuff.
This is the first
time in his career that you can say that about him.
100%, but just assuming he's going to do bad with his money and building in a fictional 20% buffer, I think is fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's one thing to say, oh, okay, I have him at 12 because I have a couple other receivers.
I think he'll get tagged for this reason, just so you know. I don't think they're going to sign him to a multi-year extension because they're also maybe a little bit concerned with it as well, and they'll give him the franchise tag instead. That would be my prediction of what happens to George Pickens.
If everything keeps on the status quo, he will be signing a long-term extension in Dallas. I can't speak of what's going to happen.
Again,
all I can speak of is
running the Dallas Cowboys. I would want to make him prove it again. To be honest with you, I would want to give him the franchise tag so that he can prove that he is that guy.
I can't speak of the next 5-6 games, possibly longer, but what I can speak of so far this year since he has come to Dallas, he's been a guy that everybody has talked about glowingly. And I'm not going to listen to a fucking media narrative, pre-draft narrative, Steelers narrative when he's been fucking great since he got there. Like, I think it's just outrageous. Maybe a 24-year-old got more mature because he landed in a situation he's happy. Like, that's all. That's all I'm trying to say.
I was laughing.
Like, why is that a ridiculous thing to think?
I was just laughing at this comment. It's not ridiculous. You could be right. I could be right also. I just think you're fighting back at it like it's ridiculous and preposterous that a guy.
I do think so.
A guy with prior attitude concerns dating back to his college career gets a big payday and maybe doesn't, perform at the level that he's performing when he needs a payday. I'm just suggesting that could be a possibility.
I just think building it into your value is outrageous because you're talking about a potential hypothetical. There's a potential hypothetical with anybody. Could anybody have predicted?
It's not hypothetical when it's documented.
No. Ever since he got to Dallas, he's been fine, dude. I don't give a fuck what happened when he was 23 and younger. He's been great since he got here. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you're acting like somebody can just have a mental breakdown at any point. You're acting like what happened to Antonio Brown was predicted. Like,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you have a multi-year sample of him not being the best.
But you're assuming he's more likely. You're assuming he's more likely to a crash out based off of a media narrative. When what I'm trying to say is with Antonio Brown, nobody knew what was going on, and it just happened. So pretending like you're gonna just predict it with George Pickens because of a couple brush-ups when he was 23. No, but you're saying it like there's an actual substance to it.
Yeah, like
it can happen to anybody.
This is a guy who was literally benched for a series for disciplinary reasons less than 7 days ago, and you're pretending he's been a model teammate for your team.
Doug, he was fucking late for a bus or late for.
You said he had zero issues with the Cowboys, is what you said.
Him and Lamb. Then you want to fucking say the same thing about Lamb? I'm just having a problem with you saying it's specifically
about Lamb doing something like this.
It's the first instance of Pickens doing it as a Cowboy.
Okay, but this is like the 20th instance he's been in the NFL.
I'm not taking this selective punishment here. If you're going to say shit about Pickens, say it about Lamb. It's bullshit.
There's a difference between a multi-time offender and a first-time offender in the eyes of everything.
The guy that's been a model teammate all year.
He's not
But
been a model teammate, Danny.
but
He
he
was late to a
But he
meeting.
has
That's
been.
not model teammate behavior.
He was late to a fucking curfew. But even
Whatever.
still, he's been exactly what they wanted him to be. Like, what are we talking about? Like, if we're gonna pass judgment on Pickens, why aren't we doing it with Lamb?
Yeah, I wasn't doing this with Antonio in Tampa Bay. I knew he was a knucklehead when he got there. We had a multi-year sample size of him being a knucklehead, so I wasn't surprised when he was a knucklehead.
No, but I mean, you could say the Raiders.
Well, he was a knucklehead in Pittsburgh at the end of his tenure too. Like
I guess
multi-year sample of somebody being a knucklehead, they're probably going to be a knucklehead at some point again.
I mean, I guess, but they literally traded him for a first-round pick. I'm sure if that was the case, then he wouldn't have went for a first-round pick. Yeah, like, dude, respectfully, I don't give a fuck of a teammate he was in Pittsburgh. I don't give a fuck about how he was acting with a team without a quarterback. Since he's gotten to Dallas and since he's been getting quality targets, he's been perfectly fine. Like, I don't subscribe to the bullshit of just completely labeling a player an issue. Like, that's the thing I have a problem with. Like, just saying he's more likely to crash out because of something that happened 2 years ago, I think is bullshit. That's my issue.
Okay, well, we've made our cases. You guys get to decide in the chat which one you believe. Again, it's all that factors in for me. Like, just to be perfectly clear, is Teal at the bottom of a tier because of it.
Hey, Teal, I'll make it easier for you. Hey, if this is unwatchable, I'll make it easier for you. You never have to watch again. You never have to watch again. There you go. See it, Teal.
This guy's so
it's unwatchable.
No
hey, Teal, it's unwatchable for you. You'll never have to watch again. Say it again.
Why are you so mad?
Why am I so mad? Because you're passing judgment on a player for no reason. Because you're saying some fictional percentage needs to be weighted in for him being a knucklehead. It's bullshit. You say this about so many players. You try to act like you judge their character. I find it ridiculous.
I'm not judging anyone's character. It's factoring into my rankings. If I was judging his character,
Rasheed Rice might be giving me 20 points per game, but because he's an knucklehead, he's wide receiver 11. Like, it's shit like that, dude. Like, I find it bullshit.
Who are we talking about?
Trying to pass judgment on players for shit that you don't know about, I find ridiculous.
Okay.
Like,
it's part of my process. Bro. It's worked before.
It's fucking bullshit, though. You don't know these players. Don't try to act like you do.
I'm not saying I know them. I'm saying if
you're
there's a whisper of it,
you said a 20% weight on his personality. What the fuck do you know about his personality?
Multiple reports that have come up.
So you've talked to George Pickens. You know his personality.
You haven't either.
They don't speculate on it.
You haven't
speculate on it. Exactly. I'm not speculating on his personality. That's why it has no weight on it.
Look up George Pickens' character. There's gonna be 15 articles that come up.
Has no fucking weight. So don't even try to speculate on it. It's bullshit.
Okay. Whatever.
You're putting speculation on something that you have no substance of.
Yeah, and this is partially why I factor it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways. And also Ayuk has kind of burned me as well.
Sorry, Nick.
All right. Chris Rodriguez, Romeo Dobbs, Brian Thomas Jr., Devin Neal, Isaiah Pacheco. I'm assuming this is a start-sit question for next week, which is why he submitted it with like Devin Neal and Chris Rodriguez as part of the question. I think knowing that BTJ is expected to come back, I think I would probably still start him next week. Devin Neal against the Dolphins is intriguing, but I'd probably still go BTJ here, even though he's been pretty garbage this year. I think he should be healed from the injury. I don't know. Do you have a lean here? Do you think Devin Neal over Brian Thomas is the right play here? Or would you go BTJ assuming he's healthy?
If Kamara's out, I go with Neal.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably going to be like a top 20 running back in that instance.
Also, this happens on like a regular basis. You guys are reacting like we've never done this before.
Yeah. It's just, that's one of the
rage baiting Danny about Cowboys stuff. No, a 6-year process.
But like hearing like a judgment call on personality 20 minutes after you wake up. Yeah, I'm going to fucking go to bat for
You weren't supposed to be asleep, Danny.
I know. I didn't mean to be asleep, brother. And I set a timer. So I slept through it. Fucking my bad. I addressed that.
Okay.
At the same time though, like I don't like judging people's fucking personality off of nothing. I'm never going to do that.
I'm not judging it off of nothing. I'm judging it off of
it's off of nothing, dude. It's off of nothing. But anyways, we can go on.
All right. Nickel Pickle here submitted a review. I fired out some vouchers when I was solo here. Had a good draft, got Bijan for Kyron plus Harvey.
Yeah, you're getting banned, Dylan. Sorry, I'm not doing that. You're getting banned.
Still trying to upgrade RB2. Talking to neighbors list. Oh, that's the name of his team. For HN plus Tet for Adams, ETN, and Gadsden. Okay. HN plus T-Mac for Adams, ETN, and Gadsden in redraft. We're talking, an elite running back and like a wide receiver 2 for a back end wide receiver 1, a mid RB2, and a tight end. I don't think that's a good enough deal. I'd rather have HN for sure. I mean, it doesn't look like you have ETN, so you'd be making the deal for HN. So yes, in that case, I would definitely do it.
HN's probably worth this on his own if we're keeping
especially knowing that like your team is structured around having Rice, Lamb, Igbuka already, so that you're getting T-Mac as your wide receiver 4. Adams is no longer on your team, but you move that asset over to the running back position where you're weaker. That definitely makes a lot of sense. So I think that's a great move for you to make, especially knowing some of the moves that you've made so far on this team here.
Especially knowing that you can create a roster space and then get a guy like Devin Neal, for example. Like if you realistically need, I mean, you're not going to need it because you have Bijan and Henderson, but at the same time, like if you wanted to flex, I mean, it's a start 8. Neal's probably not entering a lineup anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, like you could pick him up because obviously I just think he's like a good waiver option.
Well, I mean, the waivers haven't run for the week yet, so it's not like he's available for nothing. Like he's going to be the waiver ad of the week for most leagues, I would imagine. Yeah,
I'm just assuming there, like if you make the move, you have an extra bench spot at that point. If you wanted to pick up a Neal, you can have the affordability to do so. Maybe even a guy like, what would be your second priority here? Neal goes maybe Bigsby.
Frankly, I think his team is so good it doesn't even really matter who he.
But for that spot,
I would just like stash a guy like Bigsby because he has a high ceiling if Barkley goes down, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, given this team, you just stash the upside of Bigsby probably.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, dude, this is a squad. This is a squad and a half. I mean, if you really want to keep consolidating, you could see how much on top of Warren you would need to pay to go get Bowers, McBride, or Kittle just to upgrade that position marginally. Like you already have Josh Allen. You're going to have Bijan and Achane. You're going to have Rice, Lamb, Igbuka, and McMillan at wide receiver with Trevion Henderson as your backup running back or like running back depths, quote unquote. And then you'll have Warren as technically like the weakest part of your starting roster. So if you could take Warren plus, another running back piece or wide receiver piece or something like that, you could hypothetically go after McBride, Bowers, or Kittle just to slightly upgrade that position. But like I'm grasping at straws. This team's in great shape.
Yeah, honestly, you can just run it right now. I feel perfectly fine with this team. At that point, even if you wanted to make a singular move too, I would say, going for HN I think would make sense. Obviously, ETN at that point, Adams. If you wanted to make one more move, I'm trying to like grasp at straws here, but because you would have 4 strong receivers, like at that point. I mean, I guess Igbuka's on a low, so you're probably
you probably. I mean, if
just got to sit pat after this
game today, maybe you take McMillan plus Henderson and go get like a better wide receiver or something like that. But yeah,
I was gonna say like maybe you can use Igbuka to up gear because you would still be strong from a depth perspective. But quite literally, Igbuka's at the point right now where he's probably the biggest buy low. Like he's getting so much volume, he's not giving a lot of production.
Yeah, he's first in points for right now. He said he's nervous about RB2. Well, guess what, Nick? You're not going to be nervous about RB2 when Achan's your RB2.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that too, like Trevion Henderson is still going to be a viable flex going forward. Like we saw Ramondre first game back, and Henderson still had 23 opportunities. So
yeah, I mean, it is the first game back from a multi-week absence. So I'd be curious if Ramondre's usage ramps up at all. But if it sticks the way that it was in the first game back, then you feel great about what Henderson represents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see Ryan Heath tweeted this out, like how much he featured Jared Cook and Darren Waller during his time as a play caller in Las Vegas there. I would say that deal is not done. I have talked with him, but he hasn't agreed. Yeah. Okay. So let's say, for example, Denny, he's not willing to do this as is, the Adams, ETN, Gadsden for Achan Tet. Would you be willing to add in anything else to get it done? I mean, you'd have to add in something significant. Like I can't imagine Algier, Vidal, Burden, or anybody else is going to actually move the needle.
That's the thing. Like there's not really much
Warren instead of Gadsden if that would get it done. To be honest, I think it's worthwhile for you to do that.
Yeah, I still view Warren and Gadsden as pretty decently close rest of the season.
And maybe he can throw you back some bench wide receiver or something that you like for upside, or bench running back that you like for upside. But that's pretty much it. I think if you can get that deal done, it's an absolutely excellent deal. But like Danny said, like if worst case scenario, you have to start Henderson and ETN every week, like you're 8-3 and first in points for a reason. Like you're in great shape here. What do I need to win in your matchup that benefits me? Badaki is saying.
I'm not even sure.
You need me to lose, Badaki, is what needs to happen.
Yeah.
So you need the 49ers defense to drop 2 or less points. Because if I lose, then that opens up the possibility that you could make the playoffs.
It's been rough.
That doesn't happen. We're going in confident. I've been going in kind of sheepishly every Monday night sweat that I've had. We're taking this one down. We're not worried about it.
I had half of my lineup combined for this, basically the same amount of points that DJ Moore did.
Yeah, DJ Moore kind of cooked. Can't lie.
Yeah, I mean, when we're talking about, let me go through it. Who were the players exactly? I wrote it down. Here.
Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison.
Yeah, no, I got it here. 29.6 combined points from Odunze, Jefferson, Lamb, Addison, McLaughlin, and the Bucs defense. 23.4 from fucking DJ Moore himself.
Tough.
Tough one. What more do I need for it to be not my year?
Like, I mean, to be fair, Lamar Jackson
I don't want it to be fair right now, Corey. Half my team combined for less than 30 points. I don't need a to be fair.
Well, stop bitching about it then. I don't know.
29.6 from Odunze, Jefferson, Lamb, Addison, McLaughlin, and Bucs D combined.
What the
win. Fuck? It doesn't even matter. It's principle at this point. 29.6 from half the fucking lineup? Are we serious?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, what is everyone? What do you guys need tonight? Drop it in the drop it in the chat here.
Dylan, you better watch your fucking mouth if you're going to come back to the stream. You better watch your fucking mouth. I'm not dealing with your bullshit. Figure it out.
Anyways,
it's just like, it's not my fucking year. It's not my fucking year.
Okay, well, you don't need to take it out on the audience.
It's Chase McLaughlin, Arthur. It's Chase, the kicker.
Yeah, not Jaleel. Yeah. Need CMC for less than 15. You're probably Nick. Unfortunately, you're probably
you picked the wrong stream to say why is he bitching.
Danny, don't
quit. No. You picked the wrong stream, brother. You picked the wrong stream.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not having it. I'm not getting fucking disrespected on my own stream.
Okay.
Sorry. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not today.
Let's be civil here.
I'm not doing it.
Need CMC for less than 15. Nick, you're probably fucked, unfortunately. I need Rico to outscore CMC tonight to make playoffs. Oof. That's going to be a sweat, brother, but you're probably screwed. I can't lie.
Hopefully it happens for you.
What else we got? At least you have good players. Facts. We have the all name value team here at FSD.
Dude, I love watching my team, trying to tank my team in the My Teams feature. And even when I bring Jefferson wide receiver 15, Lamb wide receiver 7, I bring all my fucking players down in the rankings, and I can't get myself lower than 6. And I'm looking at some of these teams in the league with better records, and I'm like, how am I fucking not putting points up? Jefferson, Lamb, Odunze, Addison, McLaughlin, Bucs. What was that? 6 fucking players, less than
Holy
30
shit.
points.
What
am I supposed to do?
This is as peak as I've ever seen you in my life.
But like, all I can do is set my lineup and pray they don't fucking embarrass me. Like, seriously, it's alarming. It's alarming.
Oh my god, Danny's gonna be
all name brand value.
Group. It's not my year support group is going to be live in the Discord later tonight if anyone wants to join.
Yep. Dude, YouTube, I fully knew they weren't good matchups. You know why I did them? A, because they have a better schedule rest of the season, and B, because I'm not anticipating 1 point combined from them. But thank you very much.
Try not to ban them for that.
Holy shit.
I need 32 from Dowdle and Tet. I'd give you like a 60% chance that happens, Cats.
I like that.
Actually, 32 is a lot of points. If it's like PPR with like big play bonuses, maybe a 60%, maybe a 50-50 otherwise. CMC.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
CMC, Kittle, and Tet combined for like 45. It's probably fine, to be honest.
Yeah, Dan, we're not doing that. Sorry, buddy. Like you should have known before you commented that like we're not sorry.
What the hell did he say now?
No, he questioned.
Are you putting them in timeout? Or are you banning them from permanently watching the channel?
You're gonna mention my emotional maturity. You're getting banned. Like clearly, I'm not in a good mood. Test me. Bite.
Okay.
You're gonna say
emotion banned. I might unban you for
no. Don't disrespect me, Corey. Because if you could do it for Dylan, Dylan's fine. But if you're gonna say emotional maturity in a chat, I'm clearly upset. Don't, because I will ban you and you won't be able to watch. So figure that out. Don't say that. Like, seriously, you got to know where you are. You got to have some fucking some type of self understanding.
All right.
Yeah, no, Dylan, you're good. I'm gonna unban you. Don't worry. But there's some
Jennings
people that I have
27. You're fine there, Nemesis. 10
Dylan's fine.
From Tet. Yeah, you're fine there.
You're gonna get unbanned, Dylan. I was just
need less than 15 and see. Yeah, I mean, need 6 from Tet. You're fine there.
Yeah.
But 26 from Tet, half PPR would be a fucking absolute heater. Yeah, I mean, is it Corey or Corey? It's the good EY.
In all seriousness, I've always wondered that, like how like certain names are like just spelled like slightly differently.
Parents decide to go off book.
Yeah, like I don't think you can really like fuck up mine. Like there's like no other, like there's no other way unless you just flip the I and the E.
I'm at about to get 20% attitude adjustment for Danny. YouTube's been throwing some elite fucking rage bait out, and that was the first one I really fell for.
That was tippable.
It's just not the night for rage bait.
No, well, that's the point I'm making. If you know I'm on edge and you're trying to rage bait in chat, you're running the risk of the ban button. Like you just have to know.
I think it's a little extreme to ban people from watching our channel because you're in a bad mood. That's just my point. But
that's self-awareness, though. If you're trying to piss off the guy that has the control over your viewing rights, you got to think twice. Certain scenarios, I'm perfectly fine with a rage bait. But when you see I'm upset, don't fucking test me.
Yeah. I mean, frankly, I think it's up to us, the creators, to be able to take it. That would be my opinion
to a certain degree, but you also have to know when you're commenting shit that shit can happen. And today I felt like making shit happen. So yeah. Yeah, no, you're YouTube, you're fine. You're chilling. Yeah. I'm thankful for Danny sending people to the gulag. Yeah, no,
Pickens' parents spelled diva as George. That's a great rage bait right there. Nah, dude. Trust Cats. Pickens isn't a diva because he hasn't been a diva for 12 weeks.
Yeah, anyways.
Doesn't matter the previous 23 years of sample that we had on him. He's been a somewhat model citizen for 12 weeks minus a curfew missed. So he's not a diva.
Dude, I need them to fucking drop ranked. The fact that ranked doesn't come out until like January or February is a joke.
No one's saying Pickens. Streamed Kyle Pitts 3 weeks in a row after losing crap. Is there any tight ends left? Yeah, Kyle Pitts is that guy is diarrhea down the leg. That's about it. Starting Kyle Pitts is like shitting yourself in public. Honestly, that's what it's like. That's what it feels like.
What did tight end scoring even look like this week? I just know my sweet Loveland.
I'm not a cheater because I have it in 3 months. That's crazy. I don't actually remember how to unban people.
No, I'll get Dylan off, but the others can fucking rot. First time chatters that I've never seen before thinking that they can comment on my mood is not happening. Respectfully, if you're a first time chatter and the first thing you talk about is my emotional maturity, you're never going to be able to chat again.
Tough.
What's up? It is what it is, though. You made an educated guess that I wouldn't react, and you were wrong.
He banned Spicy Taco 123. I'm gonna unban him.
Yeah, you can unban him. I forget what he said. Something.
Put them on timeout, Danny. You don't have to ban them permanently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy fuck! There's a lot of banned users here. We'd have like 120,000 subscribers if it wasn't for Danny's fucking banning people.
Maybe, but I also got to clean up the community. So if you're fucking deleting those bans, then I'm going to be.
I'm not deleting all of them. I just deleted Spicy Taco and
Dylan.
Dylan.
That's fine. They
not
can
Spicy Hot Taco. Spicy
no,
Taco.
No.
Travis Hunter rage baiter.
No. He said one thing one time, I think, and I was in a really bad mood, and I think I just clicked it, and I meant to put him in a mute, so that was on me. But yeah. For the record, Dylan, I was always going to unban you after the stream. I was just really pissed off.
We're so back.
Yeah.
Anyways,
and that's my thing. Like at the end of the day, like I want this to be a good community, and if I'm just seeing toxicity, I am done with that shit.
I'm sorry, that was funny that he came back instantly.
yeah. Shout out Spicy. Honestly, I don't even know what you said at one point, but I think it was like a morning live stream or something. I just had enough, so that's on me.
Okay, here's just so you guys know the vibes here. You can pretty much say anything you want to me, but you better ask Danny how he's doing. You
better know the vibe. If I'm in the mood for clicking buttons, then might be your last chat.
Just ask Danny what his last map was, and you'll know what you're dealing with.
It's all red. Yeah, they're waving the red flag for me.
Gotcha. I mean, Arthur's got to start throwing in some like exercises for Danny to do on his own time.
Just because Wicked Jester's completely unbothered by what's been going on, I'll help him with this question.
Stash. That's always classic. Like I remember when my grandpa died, I tweeted it out, and someone was like, "Do you like Raheem Mostert or Juwan Jennings rest of the season?"
I seen him ask it a couple times, so I'll help. Jennings, Pittman Jr., BTJ Harrison Jr., pick up Reed. I mean, out of those options, I would rank them what? Pittman, Harrison, BTJ, Jennings, Reed.
Pittman, Harrison, BTJ, Jennings, Reed. Yeah,
same thing. I'm just asking a couple times, so I had to bless him because he's just completely unbothered with the crash out.
Arthur, I liked your soothing voice comment.
Soothing voice was funny.
Nobody's ever said that to me, so it kind of threw me off.
No, you're chilling, Wicked. I just love it. Like the tone's so chill. It's just like I'm like crashing out. You're just like, oh, by the way, rest of season, what would you like here?
No, I actually laughed when I tweeted out that my grandpa died and someone's first comment was Raheem Mostert or whoever it was rest of the season. I actually laughed. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. No, that's tippable.
Bush refresh the
This
site.
Guy's a monster. This guy's a monster. 500 on the fucking press is insane, brother. 500 on the fucking bench press.
That's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ. Absolute fucking unit.
500, AJ?
Yeah, he's a fucking animal.
Spot me 100. If I could do I don't even know how much I could bench press, but what is a plate on each side?
135.
Okay, I can do that. I've done that for a rep or two. So if you spot me 100, then I can throw something up at the combine. Yeah, I can register.
Also, is Twitter DMs just like fucking cooked?
Maybe. Twitter DMs are irritating me. You see the new trend on Twitter, by the way, where everyone's getting exposed for living in India?
Yeah.
It's so funny. There's like all these like American political accounts that are like huge following accounts and shit. It's just like this guy lives in India who runs the account. It's so funny.
Yo, what?
225 for 36 is crazy shit, dude. Holy.
When I was at my best, the best I ever did was 20, and it felt like my chest would. Every time I get to like 17 plus, it would feel like my chest was falling off. So 36 is insane.
Yeah, that is nuts. Yeah, we're not doing the Flock League draft order for bench press because I'm not trying to pick 112.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'll have a better year next year if that's how they determine.
I mean, you'll pick 102 and pick Lamb again, and he'll drop 3 touchdowns on the goal line and make you lose. Yeah, you got to just stop picking Lamb. I think that's the problem.
It's not even my fault, dude. It's not even my fault. Like
you'd beat Nathan. I would not beat Nathan. I don't think so. I think Nathan's probably stronger than me.
Corey, if CeeDee Lamb had the hands of any other year, he would be a 20-point per game scorer because he'd have probably another 4 touchdowns on the fucking record right now.
Yeah. I think
the year I take him, he forgets to fucking bring his hands. Like I don't know what is wrong with me. Anything I touch turns to fucking shit. Like
yeah.
6 players combined
for is something to do with the injury he suffered earlier in the year. Maybe he's not playing at the same level that he was playing.
He's getting open. He's getting open. He just can't catch a football.
He's been, you can't draft him, so you can be set free. Facts.
It might literally be, bro. In all honesty, like he might just be having this year because I drafted him. Because like I can't comprehend having Rome Odunze, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Jordan Addison, and my fucking special teams.
Classic Danny bitching when the Australians have it worse.
Dude, Badaki, I understand from a pure losing the player perspective. I would almost rather have lost a player with how this season has gone. I'm watching a team that stayed relatively healthy that just shits the fucking bed every week. That just shits the fucking bed.
For Nico Mason saying in the chat.
Yeah, it's so good. I try to tank my ranking in the My Teams feature. Literally try to tank my ranking because I'm like, there's no way my team deserves to even show up in the top 5, top 6. And I couldn't get it lower than that. I couldn't.
You should be where I'm at. You're like 8th in my rankings.
It's just like, what do I do?
Yeah,
what do I do?
I actually, so like in all seriousness, Danny, I do kind of agree with Dylan here. If fantasy is this, like, if it's triggering you this much, you maybe should take some mental breaks from
This is how I am, dude. I don't take mental breaks. Maybe that's why I crash out.
No days.
No days off.
The Monday morning streams, fantasy therapy. Yeah, I miss the Monday morning streams too. I just think the rankings updates were more valuable for you guys. But I did like the Monday morning streams.
Oh, they were fun. They were fun. Crash out is good. Well, that's the thing, Badaki. Like, I wish I had the fucking excuse of my players just got hurt. My excuse is my players are just utter fucking dog shit when they're on my team. That's the best way I can describe it. Just to put it on the record, CMC and Purdy don't combine for 15 points tonight. Oh, is that what Sal needs?
Yeah, I can't imagine. Mason, if you fucking win that, I will lose my mind. If you win that 15 or less points from Purdy and McCaffrey, like, watch this be the game that, like, I'm knocking on wood right now, but watch this be the game that McCaffrey finally pulls up limp and has a fucking hamstring pull.
Oh my God, dude. I mean,
we should just have
appreciate that.
We should have a video that goes live on the Flock League every week. That's just called This Isn't My Year. And it's just Danny bitching for 10 minutes and everyone in the chat just gets to bitch with him.
In all seriousness, though, like, I might just send this stream to Nick and say, have fun, because that, like, my basis of my clips might literally just be live stream highlights, because recording specific clips about how dog shit my team is every week hasn't been fun.
No.
Saying, oh, hey, guess what? I'm waking up this morning. It could be a lot better because Jordan Addison's got a 0 burger and fucking DJ Moore's killing me for 25. Oh, what a great time I'm having. Oh, I mean, put a smile
my
right
team
on
did
my
dog
face.
shit this week. You could have easily beat me.
Your team did dog shit, but Corey, the fact of the matter is I can't have anything to look forward to on my team if they're playing like that.
Yeah, and Mason's 100% correct. You would be cinema in the Denny's.
Dude, and I got fucking liver problems, so that would be a fucking
well. You can. You don't have to eat your way out of there.
Oh, like, I'll be. That's what I'm saying. I might be in Denny's for 24 hours if I fucking lose this league, because one pancake might have me on the John for 2.
Who's the, like, can I ask the question, Mason? Who's the worst person to have in the Denny's? Like, who would be the least entertaining? Probably me, realistically. I'm trying to think who would be the least. I mean, Nathan can't eat anything in there. So Badaki says me. I think you'd be entertaining in there.
Yeah.
The bug easy. I think Nathan would be funny in the Denny's. Worst would be Badaki. I actually think Avery would be pretty uninteresting if he was in the Denny's.
Yeah, no, that would.
I know Mason would love that because he's like his rival. He said he would be in and out in 2 hours. Dude, really? I can put shit back low key. Like, I'd probably be pretty quick in there too.
Dude, my stomach is actually a mess, so that would not be great.
I mean, you eat like 1 meal a week, Daddy. That's gotta eat some real meals.
I mean, I eat real meals now, but yeah, like that's.
I'm number 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think
at the Denny's.
That's probably by his rankings because he just wants to see one of us do it.
Best for the live stream. I'm number 2. I don't think I'm entertaining enough for that, dude.
Dude, I might just make a bit where I pull up with a sleeping bag and a fucking pillow and I just sleep on the Denny's fucking bench.
Yeah. Also, like, I think Zach low-key might be one of the worst ones to be in there too because he also can't eat anything at Denny's.
Yeah. Yeah, how do we end up deciding on eating an eating challenge when half the league can't even eat food?
Yeah, I mean, you guys talk shit about me talking shit about the fucking about the American food supply, but none of you guys can eat anything. So who's right now?
Can I at least do it in like a Canadian restaurant so my stomach doesn't get fucking shit on?
Oh, I'll just take the L in that situation, honestly. I'll bring plenty of fucking belly comfort from Canada.
Dude, waking up every Sunday knowing you have no fucking faith is just not fun.
I've never seen someone get affected more in their real life by fantasy football than you. I'm not kidding. I've never seen anyone. Like the person who was about to win Best Ball Mania 4 or whatever it was, but then DeMar Hamlin went down and Pat Kerrane won it. Whoever was in second behind Pat Kerrane with more players to play is probably less sick about fantasy football than you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, dude, I'll tell you right now, there was a good chance I was an hour and a half late to this live stream, but the Cowboys didn't come back against Philadelphia. That might be the only thing that saved my mental health.
True. Corey would be ordering coffee and chatting with the waitress. Yeah, I mean, me being in last back-to-back years would be really bad. That would be really bad. I don't think, as bad as my team could be if I missed the playoffs, because I could still miss the playoffs, I don't think my team is bad enough to lose the toilet bowl. Personally, especially because I wouldn't have a bye also, so I'd have 3 opportunities to get out of it.
Yeah,
but
my team should be better. But when 6 players combined for 30 points, that's not going to help.
Yeah,
5 points average from 6 players.
By the way, Mason, remind me before we come to Austin this year to bring you guys some real fucking maple syrup, because none of you guys in America know what the hell maple syrup is.
Yeah.
We have also, I live in the maple syrup capital of Canada. Like, we have a maple syrup festival. It's the biggest in Canada. Like, I will bring some gas to Austin.
Yeah, I agree, Brock. Like, I look around my lineup. I'm like, oh yeah, fucking Dak, awesome game. I love getting to watch my quarterback cook. That was fantastic. Henderson, 11.1. You'll deal with that in the lineup. Judkins, 16.7. You're feeling good. And then you just go down, and the only one that doesn't make me want to fucking vomit is Colston Loveland.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like, fucking stereotype. Hey, every Canadian stereotype, I've never denied any of them. They're all true. They're all factual. Like, everything that you guys say about Canadians is true. I just think that, you know, when like someone's making fun of you, and they're like making fun of you for something that's just like objectively true, and you're not even like insecure about it. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with Canadian. Like, when Americans make fun of Canada, they're like, what do you got? Free healthcare? I'm like, yeah, it's the fucking best. What do you mean? Like, it's the chirps that Americans throw at us are like just right. They're always factually correct. I just don't think that they're that big of burns.
Yeah. You know what?
Anyways, we should probably fire out of here. How are you going to get that maple syrup across the border? Check bag, brother. Get it in a small suitcase. I brought a jar of salsa to America last year.
Yeah, that was funny.
But anyways, none of them are America. None of them are bad. Yeah, that's a good point. Anyways, appreciate you guys for tuning in. This was probably the most unhinged we've been on a live stream before. Yes, one of us, at least. Danny was only here for half the time and somehow was more unhinged than he's been on any live stream before. But yeah, shout out. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Take care.
Yeah, we're heading out. I would love to stick around, but we got to watch this game.
Yes, sir.
Easy.
See ya.